gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
(207) 370-5852. That's 207-370-5852. Be a part of the show. Let's do it. This is the Mark G Show. And now your hosts, Mark G and Gary G.
What is going on? TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, LinkedIn, X, and Kick. What's happening, everybody? We got a special episode for you tonight. But first and foremost, let me introduce you to the co-host with the Afro, Gary G's up in the house. What's going on, Gary?
What's going on? You know, it's funny. Last week, I looked up getting a haircut.
Did you?
I went to the whole thing and I went to the guy's calendar and I was gonna schedule a time, and I was just like, I'm not ready yet, and I walked away from it. But I was close. I went through the whole process.
The whole process. All right. And the next one out there is we got Zach, the man with the sugar mamas all over TikTok. They're always showing their love to him. Zach, what is going on, my man? Tila, thank you for that jellyfish.
What's up? You were having some technical difficulties during that intro there, Billy.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that. So what happened is when we're live on the other platforms, their chat is not tied in yet to my other broadcasting software. So what happened is when we went live on there, I forgot to mute the audio on their end. So yeah, their audio started coming through, and that's why we had the echo coming on. That was horrible.
Echoing, so I was like, oh shit, I better mute myself.
No, it wasn't you guys echoing. It was the other stuff, because when we're on Kick, this is the first. Well, actually, I can't say this. It's our second time actually going live on Kick tonight too. So yeah, it's quite interesting, and it's also our second time trying to go live on X. The last time we tried doing it, it was actually still called Twitter. So yeah, good times. What's going on, everybody? So Darkness says she is doing some nighttime things, Sunday things over there, but she'll be listening into the show. So tonight's episode, folks, is because I love Halloween. I love everything haunted, spooky, and freaky and creepy. So we're going to be talking about the top 100 haunted places in the U.S. I've got a huge list of them, and we're going to talk about them. And, maybe if someone's got a good ghost story they would like to share, feel free to call into the show. You can do that by
I don't hear you at all. Can you hear me? I don't hear anything. I hear absolutely nothing. Zach went bubbly, and now even I hear nothing from our... I can't hear you. I need to turn my phone up because I can't hear you.
My wife was making fun of me saying that you're going to have issues tonight. And I was like, no, I'm not. And I'm going to lose audio too. What's that? What'd you lose audio to? I lost audio on our major broadcasting software. The one that I am... And the wife just texted, she goes, I was right.
Yeah. Like, I don't hear anything. Can you hear me?
Right, we're talking about haunted stuff, and I literally just went dead on this. Hold on, man. I'm going to throw something right back up real quick. I'm going to throw a Be Right Back screen on the other one here. Just so
Sure.
there was a major bug. Everybody, I'm sorry about that. We literally had a technical difficulty. I'm going to start this podcast off because this is a live recording for Spotify and so forth. We're going to hit y'all with the intro one more time. I apologize. And then we're going to get the show started.
We heard the intro.
You heard the intro, but I got to re-record it. Do you understand? I got to do this for Spotify.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm sorry. We're going to hit the intro, then we're going to get this freaking show started. I'm sorry, everybody. We're not going to do the stupid countdown, though. We're just going to start the show like this. Here we go.
You've known them to run their mouths about politics. Politics, schmalitics. Well, little did you know, they can run their mouths about other stuff as well. This is the Mark G Show. They have a natural curiosity about just about everything, from aliens, the paranormal, to the biggest natural disasters that have ever occurred on planet Earth, and everything in between. Two brothers from another mother ripping it up. And, oh no, we don't record the show. We have the balls to do it live. Call into the show at 207-370-5852. That's 207-370-5852. Be a part of the show. Let's do it. This is the Mark G Show. And now your hosts, Mark G and Gary G.
What is going on, everybody, on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, X, Kick, and TikTok? I'm sorry about that, y'all. We had a major audio glitch. So as I was saying before, tonight's show, we're going to be talking about the top 100 haunted places in the United States. Please don't screw up my audio this time. I don't want to do another reset. TikTok watched it happen all through. Everybody else on the other social media platforms watched us crash like the damn Titanic and sunk to the bottom of the ship. Once again, let me get the introductions out of the way. I've got my brother from another mother, Gary G, down there with the green screen. I got Zach up there in the top box on TikTok. He's enjoying that ice cream like he was working on a corner. What is going on, guys? How are you?
Hey, times are tough, man. Times are tough. Zach's got to make a couple extra bucks.
I mean, he's enjoying that ice cream.
I blame Gary for making me hungry. He's down there fucking, swallowing his grapes without chewing. So I was like, I'm going to go get me a fucking ice cream.
Man.
These grapes like a goose, baby.
So obviously my wife jinxed me. She said that you always have audio issues. What happened? We're sitting there, we're starting the podcast, and it literally popped up on a screen. It said, your audio is no longer there. I'm like, what the fuck just happened to my audio? And then she goes, yeah. And before you started, you were talking about Randonautica. Was I really talking about Randonautica, or was Gary talking about Randonautica?
I think me and Zach brought it up.
Randonautica is awesome.
Randonautica is very interesting, but we're not talking about Randonautica tonight. I'm sure it's going to come up multiple times during this conversation tonight because Zach has a fascination about Randonautica. You were in the live before you started the podcast. Okay. The only thing I cannot figure out about this X is trying to figure out how we can view our audience. I cannot see if I'm able to see the live chat. So unfortunately, if you're over on X, I'm unable to see your chat over there. So for my apologies, but feel free to jump over to any of our other social media platforms. But yeah, we're going to start off tonight, talk about a bunch of haunted stuff though, because there are some major haunted places in the U.S. that I never really knew about. Piper says, what's Randonautica? All right, Piper, let me explain what Randonautica is before we go any further about these haunted places. Zach's already got a freaking Woody taller than the Eiffel Tower over there because I'm going to mention it. But Randonautica is this app that literally popped a sensation all across TikTok when these people downloaded it. And supposedly the app took them to places that they thought of, and it like, I don't know how it did it, but when they went out searching, they literally found body pieces inside bags and suitcases. It's the first ever people to live stream it on TikTok. They're live streaming it, and they literally found human body parts in bags. It was very interesting. And then there's been other ones where people went out and they found like these haunted abandoned buildings, to literally streets where people are like, what? It's Randonautica is weird, man. It's weird. It's sketchy and freaky. What's that?
That's where it really depends on the word or phrase that you put into what the coordinates would
be. Well, the thing is, Zach, so obviously my employee got Randonautica. You don't type in any words into the app. You don't. You think of it. So you think of whatever. I can't remember what it is. I'm not downloading it. I promised my wife I wouldn't download it, so I'm not downloading Randonautica. But but supposedly you think of this stuff, and then the app knows it. Obviously, bullshit. But it brings you to this weird places, man. I know I'm saying bullshit, but listen, I'm just saying it's weird. Zach 100% downloaded it. Zach has it on his phone. And speaking of haunted places, getting close to Halloween, Zach is going to be staying in a haunted hotel. We're going to try going live with him as well with a podcast. But we on our last episode, we talked about a haunted hotel out in Ohio. Found out it was pretty close to where Zach lives. So Zach is going to get a room. He raised up the money on TikTok. And he's actually going to stay in this hotel for one night. He's going to be live streaming it on TikTok so everybody can watch him. It's going to be a 24-hour stream. So from the moment he goes into that hotel room to the moment he checks out, he will be live. So if there's any activity whatsoever in this quote-unquote haunted room, hopefully we're going to see it. I mean, I'm hoping we're going to see sheets being ripped off Zach. I mean, it'd be really cool if we saw some.
It's not the only thing we want to see ripped off, Zach. Hey.
I mean, I'm hoping we're going to see some exorcism type of shit with Zach, and like maybe see Zach get put up in the air and thrown against a wall. Like that would be pretty badass. I think we'd pay a lot of money to see that. I mean, I think that'd be great. What about you, y'all in the chat? Y'all think that'd be great to see Zach lifted in the air and thrown up against the wall by some poltergeist? I think that'd be pretty badass myself.
I mean, I was hoping he would just like get touched. Oh, by the ghost. I mean, by the ghost.
I mean, Gary just said he hopes you get touched, Zach. I mean,
anything is like the urban legends that we went through, because every urban legend was about a fucking woman walking on the side of the road that was a ghost. I mean, apparently there's a lot of whorish ghosts out there, so hopefully the woman in blue that is supposed to be in that room is one, and we'll see.
Hey.
All right, so you want yourself a little dirty ghost that gets freaky at night. All right, I got you, Zach.
Bring a couple extra singles, just to do whatever you got to do to incentivize.
I guess so, man. I guess so. All right, so
I feel like that scene from Scary Movie 2. The ghost on the wall.
Oh dear God. All right, so we got that. Zach's gonna be staying in a haunted hotel. Zach, somebody did have a question too. They're asking what part of Ohio that hotel was in. Could you explain that real quick before I start going into the list of the haunted places in the U.S.? Do you remember
where was it? I remember the name of the hotel. I just don't remember what city it was in.
All right, what's the name of the hotel?
Buxton Inn.
The Buxton Inn. All right, so.
Oh no, it was,
Granville, Ohio. All right, Granville, Ohio. Because all right, Zach, your audio, by the way, is also breaking in and out, just so you're aware.
A little bubbly.
Yeah, just a little bubbly. It's okay, though, Zach. We understand. Yeah, you should be fine. That was on Ghost. Oh, so I guess that hotel was on Ghost Hunters, too, Zach. Someone in TikTok chat is saying that was on Ghost Hunters.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So maybe, Zach, maybe you're going to actually experience something. That would be freaking awesome. That would be freaking awesome, man. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to go into the list of haunted places now. We're going to obviously talk about them a little bit as we go through. So the number one spot that I've got on here, the first one on the list, is the Stanley Hotel out in Colorado. Inspiration for Stephen King's The Shining. Guests report seeing apparitions and hearing phantom children playing. All right, so the Stephen King The Shining. Has anybody ever seen that movie? Have you guys seen that movie? Okay, so obviously
the hotel's fucking haunted.
That hotel's haunted as shit. Okay, so obviously that was inspired by a Stephen King. I mean, Stephen King was inspired by it, and he made a movie about it. So, The Shining. I'll be honest, I have never seen it, so I'm gonna have to watch The Shining. I've never seen it, so
we know you won't watch it twice. So.
I won't watch it twice. I never watch a single movie twice, gentlemen. You know this. We've argued about this. Let's move on. I digress. But no, seriously though, could you imagine staying in a hotel room? You rented it out. Maybe you don't even know the place is haunted. You're in your bed. You're lying down. You ain't got kids with you. And you're hearing children laughing. I mean, what would your reaction be at first?
I would shit my pants.
I mean, it'd be kind of fucking...
Yeah, I know. Instant shit in the pants right there.
Instant shit in the pants. Like you'd have fudge packers all up in there and have to go take a shower. But would you take a shower in that hotel after you heard that? You would run out of that hotel, shitty pants and all, and go clean it.
I would leave my boxers behind. Fuck that.
Okay.
That would be pretty terrifying, to be honest.
It would be pretty terrifying.
You gotta think you're sleeping. You're in the middle of a dead ass sleep, and you fucking hear like, what if it was like a cackling, bro? Like a witch laugh, like a cackling. No. Like if you hear that in the middle of the woods or something, fuck that. I'm getting my shit. My tent is staying. I don't give a fuck what I brought. I'm running the fuck out of the woods.
All right, you guys gonna see me bat. I've had this
Mark's
fly.
hallucinating.
I'm not hallucinating. I have yet to kill this fucking fly. I'm sorry, I'm off subject. There's this fly that's been in my house, and it's pissing me off. I have yet to been able to bat this damn thing. Kaylin says it would be a negative for her. So you wouldn't stay in the you'd run out. You'd run out. And the chat that we have over on Facebook is very fucking quiet. So let's move on to the second haunted place.
Hey, is my audio better with this?
Yes,
AirPod in?
yes,
Yeah,
a hell of a lot
sounds
better. So the second place, actually, I've heard about this, and I still would love to go there. I have yet to go to this place. Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary in California. Former inmates are believed to haunt the old cells with reports of screams, cold spots, and ghostly figures. I would love to go to it is an island. And so the cool thing about islands though, and body of water, when they talk about like ghosts and spirits and stuff like that, supposedly water brings them out even more because of the energy that's involved with the ocean and stuff like that. I guess that's what I've been hearing. Like body of water brings the extra energy alive from them. So that would be kind of cool, dude. Could you imagine how many people died in Alcatraz during that era?
Oh, probably a shit ton.
So many.
Because I mean, not only did you have like the death penalty, so you had people having the death penalty done, but you also have ones that were 86 by other fellow inmates. You've had ones that 86 themselves.
It says that there were 8 that were unalived by inmates.
Only 8.
5 committed the soup self-induced.
Yeah, the 86 themselves.
Yeah. 15 passed from natural illnesses. I don't know. Seems like there would probably be more.
How long was Alcatraz open for?
I'm not really sure.
I think it closed in the early 90s.
Did it close in the early 90s?
I want to say, because the Ohio Reformatory, where they filmed the Shawshank Redemption,
Yep.
that's the most haunted prison in America, and it closed down in like 1991 or 1992.
All right. See, there's got to be more death in there.
There's gotta be.
That's terrible. You know, the energy there is the little bit. The energy is definitely way off there. But to me, it seems like there would be more death and more. I mean, obviously, there's pain and agony in there. So I'm sure there's a bunch of people that died of natural causes in there over the time and spending their life inside that prison. But to me, it just seems like there's more to it. There had to been more people that are 86 by other inmates than what's being reported. To me, it doesn't. The numbers don't seem right. What's fucked up?
So the prison here in Ohio, there's one cell that a dude went back to his cell, and I think it was cell 13 actually. Yeah, because they have a placard and you can walk into it and stuff. But he went back to his cell, covered himself in paint thinner, and lit himself on fire and closed the fucking door.
Oh shit!
And he burnt to death in his cell. And then like a bunch of other like inmates got thrown over the rails and like fell like fucking 30 feet down to the ground, because there's like fucking multiple like rows of cells that go all the way up to the ceiling and shit.
Interesting. So a little bit says probably more that wasn't documented due to wardens mistreating and not wanting to be in trouble. That's what I'm thinking. Like there's got to be more undocumented deaths that have happened in Alcatraz.
Seriously.
But then, wait.
Kalen, no.
All right, before we go any further, because some of the stuff we're going to make assumptions, right? Some of the stuff we're going to make assumptions. So I should probably get this out of the way now. This is a disclaimer for TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and everybody else that we're streaming on. Everything you're going to hear about today on the show is the opinions of myself, my brother, any guests that we bring on the show. It is absolutely for entertainment purposes only. Do what you want with the show. Do with what you want with the information, but it is for entertainment purposes only. I just want to get that disclaimer out of the way as we're talking about certain things, because God knows.
Kalen.
What are we talking about, Kalen, about?
Kalen, that's a lie, because when I went there and I ghost hunted there, while my friends were filming their music video there, we heard screams. We heard shit being thrown. We heard scratching on the wall. It's not just cell doors opening and closing randomly.
All right, we got to.
That's pretty sick. I like that.
Right?
That's
so
creepy.
look, California seems to be a place of some haunted things. So we got the Queen Mary in California. This retired ocean liner is said to be haunted by the spirits of those who died aboard, including a young girl and crew members. And you know what's funny is I've seen the Queen Mary on quite a few ghost hunter shows, especially the ones there that own the plumbing business, the Roto-Rooter guys there. I think it's actually
I've
the
never
Ghost
seen.
Hunters.
I've never seen the Queen Mary one, but I've seen the Titanic Museum on a few ghost shows.
I see. Well, I mean, I guess the Titanic Museum would be right. So it's got the artifacts of the ship. But no, the Queen Mary I have seen, and there's been some major like dark apparitions and stuff like that within the Queen Mary. It's pretty interesting, dude. That
I've been there a few times. I never saw anything though.
how was your feeling when you went in there? When you went inside there, did you have like this awkward feeling at all when you were there?
Unfortunately, no. Like I would love to have been able to go like into the belly or like down to where the pool was, because that's where they said a lot of the activity takes place.
Yeah.
But we walked through the halls, we went through the ballroom, went through a bunch of places in there, and it I don't know, it just too many people, maybe too much noise, wasn't enough to like sit quietly and just kind of like feel it out, you know? But,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, because they say more activity happens if it's only like 1 or 2 people. So.
Right. That if you're in there during witch's hour is like I believe at 3:30 in the morning.
3 in the
or
morning,
whatever.
somewhere
Yeah,
around
3 in
there.
the morning.
Yeah.
Little Bit says she's been scratched there before and
That's
never
pretty
went to
gnarly.
that place ever. And then of course Kaylin on TikTok says they have an old hospital in Pike County, Zach, where a little kid will kick a soccer ball back to you.
I'll kick that fucking kid.
Wow. How would your foot would go through, Zach? How would you kick? Here, kid. What the fuck? Really? Really? What the hell? Okay.
I'll teach that little ghost kid.
Zach's gonna pick fights with ghosts now. Okay, that would be interesting. Zach, when you go and stay in this haunted hotel, I want you to put up your fist and say, "Come on, throw you out. I want you to try fighting it."
You gotta antagonize it, or nothing will happen. You gotta call it a bitch and be like, "You ain't gonna do shit," and then something will happen.
I would love to see you try picking a fight with a ghost. That would be freaking awesome.
Totally.
That would be
I got
awesome.
this. I'm gonna make the lady in blue turn into a fucking lady in nothing.
Okay. Moving on to number 4. This one I'm sure has a lot of history. The Gettysburg Battlefield in Pennsylvania, site of a major Civil War battle. Visitors report seeing ghostly soldiers and hearing battle cries.
Dude, have you ever seen the video of that place?
I've seen multiple videos of that place, man. There's
Of like the ghosts walking in the woods and shit.
yes, I have seen that. And they're actually still wearing the uniforms and shit like that. Like, yeah, man,
Huh.
that is interesting. Have you ever seen any of those, Gary?
Not offhand, I can't remember.
Gary, how many ghost stuff have you seen, my man? So we're talking about ghosts. Have you had any ghostly encounters or seen other than the YouTube videos?
Yeah, I've shared my ghost
He talked
stories.
he talked about that quarter story.
Oh yeah, the quarter story. But no, I seen when I used to live in like Kennebunk, Maine,
Yep,
which is
Kennebunk,
like
Maine.
which is like pretty heavily wooded area. I saw a dark, shadowy figure running through the woods. It was at like dusk. We were putting shit away from having a bonfire or whatever. And something caught my eye, and I look up and I see this like shadowy, dark figure running through the woods. And when it hit the road, it disappeared. And then on the other side of the road in the woods, you could see it continued running. The thing that was weird about it is like it was running so smooth. Like, you know, when you're running, you're like your body is jolting. This thing was like pretty smooth. And there was just smooth and there was no sound. And it's like I used to go into those woods and I know that there's like it's thick and it's like if you're stepping on twigs and leaves, like it's loud. There's a shitload of trees. You'd have to be like dodging and weaving. This fool was just running straight, disappeared in the opening for the road, and then continued on the other side.
It's funny he mentions Kennebunk, right? Because number one, I have a few places out there that are clients of mine, and there are quite a few of Kennebunk locations, Kennebunk, Maine. Kennebunk, Maine has quite a bit of history.
Yeah.
It really does. It's a fisherman town, along with Portland. Kennebunkport are known to be fisherman towns. And I have experienced, there's 2 restaurant clients. I don't clean these ones anymore. The first one I ever experienced this one was legitimately right on the waterfront. This one, when you walk into it, we typically get there 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And when we walk in, they have all these things hanging on the wall. Like they had like this old kid's tricycle hanging on the wall, these different signs. Like the owner overdid it in half of the shit they hung over there. But when you walked in, those are swaying. And you could hear chatter upstairs. Like you literally heard people talking. And now every time I go in, I'd be like, okay, I'm here to clean. Just, try to say, hey, don't fuck with me. But you would hear footsteps throughout that place. You always had this eerie feeling. And it had this old grudgy type of look to it. And I remember the one time that I had a situation, I left there and I get a phone call from the owner or the manager at the time, said, can you go back and meet with the cops here? The alarm's going off. I said, not a problem. I'll go back there. So when I got there, the cop showed up. I apologized to her because the cop passed me and I was speeding. I was like, listen, I'm sorry. I was trying to meet you up over here. I was speeding. She goes, I ain't worried about that. So we're going in. You know what? There was a female officer. She literally had me get in front of her to walk through the building first.
I would have been like, bitch, you got a gun.
That's wonder, like, she's got a gun. Like, I mean, what's going on here? Like, she had me, but she even told me that she's heard stories about this place and how this place is creepy and haunted and stuff like that. And that's why she wanted, like, she had me leading her through this place, dude. So that was the first account. The other one that we had our biggest experience on, this one's in what you call downtown Kennebunk. And in this one over here, this one we'd always hear like sounds, footprints. Let's see, my wife just said, if it's a ghost, what the heck is a gun gonna? That is true. That is true. What is a pew pew gonna do if it's a ghost?
Yeah, but still. Peace of mind,
This one here, we'd hear people like footsteps and stuff like that. There's been times we've had a kitchen door propped in this account, and that prop would come up and the door would slam shut. Like, what the fuck? So at one point, myself and my employee were downstairs cleaning. And when we were downstairs, upstairs, we heard a big old, well, like, what the fuck was that? I'm like, was that you? No, that wasn't me. I'm like, that wasn't me. So we ran around, we checked the whole building. There was nobody there. So we come back, we're talking to each other on the first floor. We're face to face, and literally it sounded like there was a female standing next to us. Could never pick out the words that she said, but it literally sounded like the female was talking to us. And the hair on our arms were sticking up, and we had this cold chill. Scared the living shit out of us. And it was not the ice maker, my wife. It was upstairs. Yes, there was one upstairs, but it was not an ice maker sound. My wife's telling me it's the ice maker. I'm arguing with her over text message. It was definitely not an ice maker. I know what an ice maker sounds. How can you hear footprints? Well, footsteps, Blake. I'm sorry. I can't hear footprints. I can hear footsteps. I've got friggin' speech correcting police out here in TikTok tonight.
Words are hard.
Words are freaking extremely hard.
What was the history of that place where you heard the female? Was there like a female that?
So supposedly, according to the old owner of that place, a lady died giving birth into that place. It used to be a house, and a lady died in that place. So that's the story there. And supposedly her graveyard is in the backyard. There's another account that we do have still that I have creepy feelings at, but I've never really experienced nothing in. That before it was a restaurant, it used to be a funeral parlor.
Ooh,
Wait, it was a funeral parlor, and now it's a restaurant.
And now it's a restaurant.
Nice.
The basement area.
They still have the cooler down in the basement.
Oh
Huh.
yeah, good comment.
Huh.
I get creepy feelings like when I'm in there. I feel creeped out, but I have yet to experience anything in that one.
You're gonna have to tell me about that when we're off here, because I want to.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
questions.
I'll talk to you about that one.
Yeah.
Off.
Yeah, that's one that we should try to do. That or old theater.
Yeah, I'm gonna try getting the theater in my local town for us to do the live ghost hunt podcast in.
Well, what's the story behind the theater? Like, why is it so haunted?
I don't know. All I know is that that's probably one of the most haunted. Well, there's even more of a haunted place here in Biddeford, well, in my town. But unfortunately, it's a condemned building, so we can't go there.
Oh, we could totally go there.
Yeah, get arrested. I don't feel like being arrested. So.
Maybe you could get a permit. Maybe you could get a temporary permit for entertainment.
For entertainment, say
Media. Yeah.
Maybe I could. I don't know who I'd talk to. I guess I'd have to find out
City
who owns the property.
Well, no,
You start at City Hall.
if it's condemned, then the fucking city owns it.
Right, I'll have to look into it. I'll drive by here soon. I'll see what's going on. If there's condemned stuff on it, then yeah, I'll have to get a hold of the city. But
It
Mayor.
just depends on why it's condemned. Because if it's about the fucking collapse, we're not going in that.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's different. That's different. Yeah.
Well, that makes it fun, Zach. If it's about to collapse, that makes it more interesting, right?
Oh yeah, that's how I want to spend my time in Maine, dead.
Yeah. Well,
Add to the ghost population.
that's it. Well, we'll just add. We'll be able to haunt everybody. Wouldn't that be great? I mean,
Oh,
I've always
yeah.
told everybody when I'm dead, you're the ones I'm gonna freaking haunt. So I got a list
Yeah,
of people I'm
perfect.
gonna haunt when I'm dead.
Oh, perfect.
All right. So moving on here, the next place that we have is the Myrtles Plantation in Louisiana. Known
heard of that
as one of America's most haunted homes with tales of murdered slave and children who died there. I have never heard of that one. Obviously, I'm guessing if it's a plantation, there's definitely been a lot of tragedies, so I can see why there's hauntings. Bravo Defcon says, I might go back for my second life term. Oh, dear God. John Jordan, what's
Ghost
happening?
Adventures.
Right?
Yeah,
Ghost Adventures.
Adventures is a good show. There was what's the one? It's an old bar. I forget what the fuck it's called, but it's really, really, really like demonic. That it was on Ghost Adventures. It's a old country bar, but I forget what it's called.
So, I've seen Ghost Hunters. I think Ghost Hunters legit. Ghost Adventures, though, is that the one with the younger guys in it?
Yeah, Ghost Hunters is full of shit. That shit's fake. Ghost Adventures is real.
See, I think Ghost Adventures is full of shit. Even my wife was saying
No,
Ghost
dude.
Adventures is fake. She
No,
just
Ghost
sent me a
Hunters-
message saying Ghost Adventures is
No.
fake.
Ghost Hunters is fake. That's why they always have the fucking music playing and they don't show evidence. Ghost Adventures always shows evidence. They always go back over their shit. They
No,
always
that's Ghost
tell you if
Hunters.
No, that's.
I
Ghost
think you got the
Adventures.
two shows mixed up. No, Ghost Hunters always goes through the evidence because they go back to the client and they show the client the evidence afterwards and they debunk whether it's fake or real haunted. Like they go over the
Ghost
information.
Adventures does that too. Ghost Adventures does that too.
Nah, I'm going to agree with my wife on this one. I'm going to say Ghost Adventures is fake. Should I take a poll right now, Zach?
I've watched Ghost Adventures since that shit started, and I used to watch Ghost Hunters. I stopped watching Ghost Hunters and kept watching Ghost Adventures because it's a lot better than Ghost Hunters.
All right, so Zach is gonna stick with it and say that Ghost Hunters is fake and Ghost Adventures. I'm gonna disagree with you, Zach. And I'm gonna say that Ghost Adventures is the fake TV show and Ghost Hunters is the legit one. We can agree
I
to
did
disagree on
meet-
this one.
I did meet one of the dudes from Ghost Hunters at Chipotle one time
Did you? Which one?
in Lexington, Kentucky, when I lived there.
Right. Which person was it? Do you remember?
Grant,
Grant. Okay. Oh, so the cop.
the original one that started the group.
Right. Yeah.
He
'cause
was he was friends with the big bald plumber dude. They used to be plumbers and shit
Oh,
on the
okay. Yeah,
show.
I know who you're talking about. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you ask him? Did you say fake or real?
No, I just asked him what he was doing in Kentucky, and he said that they had a case.
All right. So it's definitely creepier a little bit, says. All right. So moving on after we just argued about whether or not if Ghost Adventures and Ghost Hunters is which one's more real than the other one. Jason Lauer, what's going on? Welcome in. So the next haunted place I have on the list is Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Kentucky. Once a
Louisville.
TB hospital, it's believed to be haunted by former patients.
Yep, it's a tuberculosis hospital. I broke into there when I lived in Kentucky and almost got arrested.
So did you do it at night or during the daytime?
Oh, fuck that. We're doing it at night. It was me and 3 other people. But they have it like fenced around now and they have multiple security that like watch it now because so many people try to fucking break into it. But
So when you broke in at nighttime, did you have any experiences at all in there or did you get arrested too quick?
I didn't get arrested. We almost got arrested. We were in there for probably a good hour. It was creepy as fuck, but we were on edge on trying not to get arrested, so we didn't really pay attention to anything in the place.
See, what the hell, man? You can't just be worried about getting arrested. You already know it's gonna happen. So you might as well just go around, do your ghost hunting.
Well, no, the thing was, we didn't have any night vision shit. So and like it's completely open.
Right.
Like, there's like the windows are all busted out and shit, so you can't have flashlights on in there because people will be able to see from the outside. So it's like we couldn't see shit. So we were,
Zach,
trying
you
to,
understand
figure out.
when you go ghost hunting with me, when we do this special episode for the ghost hunt, we're not going to have flashlights. We're not going to use them because that takes away the point of ghost hunting. we're not going to have night vision shit unless if it's our cameras. And we're going into the dark, Zach. You go lights out,
Well,
and you're
know,
going
you-
in.
you gotta have a flashlight to see. God
No, you do not have a flashlight.
even the ghost investigators have flashlights.
When you're
Theirs just doesn't look like it because they're on night vision.
we'll bring a little headlamp, Zach. We'll give you a little
What
headlamp.
the fuck was that?
My wife says, yes, you need a flashlight. She's telling me we need a flashlight. What's going on over there, Zach?
What the fuck?
All right, chat. For everybody's listening who cannot see Zach on all the other social media platforms, his head just snapped like he just saw something. So we're trying to see what's happening. Mark GX, rough and tough, but he used to cry at the sound of balloons.
Door, bro.
What's that? So now Zach is now outside of his home.
No, something banged on my fucking door, but there's nothing out here. That was really weird.
Interesting. So I just got a message over here on Facebook. I'm gonna throw it up on the screen.
I can't see it.
So we just gotta you can't see it on Facebook. It's a little boy with the ball you said you were going to kick, the wife just said.
Yeah,
All
right.
So Mindy Lane over on Facebook says this is at ISU in Terre Haute, and a student died of alcohol poisoning at Burford Hall today. The ghost named Barb haunts the place as witnesses claim hearing vomiting and crying in the bathroom. Cromwell Hall also had an incident of a man jumping from a window to his death on the west side at room 1221. People have reported incidents of unexplainable footprints and noises. Interesting. Thank you for that information, Mindy Sue, over on Facebook. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
But no, Mark, when me and you go somewhere, we are gonna have a flashlight. At least
Yes,
one.
yes, Zach. We'll get some headlamps so you can buy them at the dollar store for $1. That way,
Zach
there the
is an
ghost can drain the
imposter, man.
batteries even better for us.
How am I an imposter? Because I thought someone was knocking on my door. That makes no sense, Darkness.
All right, listen. So listen. Zach had that incident, and when we first started the podcast, we had to restart the recording with the intro. My audio completely died. So maybe Zach did, or maybe he's playing with y'all. I don't know, but I'm just saying we have had 2 weird incidences happen already now. But we're gonna move on.
No,
the
that
next
was
one.
fucking weird.
So the next place is it's always the penitentiaries. Eastern State Penitentiary, Pennsylvania. Ghostly figures, eerie sounds, and shadowy figures are often reported in this former prison.
I have heard of that one too.
What's that? You've heard of that one as well? So penitentiaries,
That's
I
been on Ghost
mean,
Adventures.
if you're thinking about penitentiaries, you're definitely going to have ghostly encounters there because you're not really at peace when you die in a prison. You're definitely not at peace when you die in prison. You definitely have unanswered things that need to be taken care of. So I can kind of
Well,
get
also
that.
it's all the murders that happen in prisons.
Right. I mean, we got one more ghost. We're going to keep going through the stories, but there is another ghostly story that I'll talk about real quick. I used to work for a security firm. I think I've mentioned about this before in the previous podcast. But when I was working at the security firm, this is when my wife and I first got together, and we had our first son, that freaking fly. We had our first son, and we had our first apartment ever, and we lived up on the 3rd floor of this place. Well, while I was working, my wife ended up calling me up, telling me to get the fuck home because she saw somebody standing in the hallway. So there was this shadowy figure, silhouette kind of a dude wearing like this. It was a shadow dude, and he had one of those top hats on. And he was standing by the door staring at my wife while she was in bed.
You saw it?
I did not see it. My wife did. She called me up and told me to get home immediately. I literally quit that job that night to get home.
Butterfly, you shouldn't drink the bong water.
No, she don't. And well, the funny part is because we mentioned this on another podcast, there was another live one. There was people actually saying that this has happened to them as well. There were some people that said that was an evil guy, and others who said that he's actually supposedly a protector of children or whatever. I've heard mixed stories on this dude, but supposedly this is a legit thing that can pop up.
Well, why don't you just get one of your little psychic mediums to tell you what's really going on with that?
Dude, I'm telling you, I've been asking to get a psychic medium on this damn show now for freaking months, and I've yet to get one.
Because they don't exist.
On TikTok. I have yet to get a psychic medium to come on the show.
But
I
if they're a
want one.
psychic, wouldn't they already know that you want them to be on the show?
You guys killing me. So you're a non-believer as well, Zach. You're a non-believer in psychic mediums as well.
I don't believe in that shit.
You don't believe in that shit? Oh, man. I really need one. If anybody's, I'm hoping my AI
Okay,
clips this
hey.
one. What?
I will say this: there is a girl that I know that I actually met off of TikTok. I'll see if she still follows me. It was on my old account that got permanently banned. But dude, she would fucking tell me things about like my dad that passed away or my grandfather, and like she would tell me their names, and I've never told her their names before.
Okay, so
And
how are you a non-believer then?
Google, bro.
All right. So that's what I want to say. So Darkness actually reads tarot cards down there. But listen, I'm not. I want to actually talk to somebody. That's a medium. I want to be able to talk to someone to medium. Obviously, now I got Zach and Gary, who are absolutely non-believers of this.
Hey, do you want me to see if I still have her on here?
Yeah, I would love to get a medium on the show. I would love to get a medium on the show to see if we can turn Gary or Zach into a believer. So if anybody out there, please, this is my beg to get a medium on the podcast. If anybody knows of a medium, I would love to get a medium on the show. Please call me 207-370-5852 or shoot me an email on air at themarkgshow.com. Kaylin says that is how this one is done. She knew everything about my dad that no one would know. See, and the funny part is you guys are non-believers. I've seen some crazy shit with mediums. That is awesome, Darkness. Thank you. I appreciate that. Darkness.
All right. I just messaged her.
Awesome. Thank you, Zach. Let's move on to our next haunted place as we're moving forward here. I got the Lizzie Borden house in Massachusetts. Now, I've heard about this house. Site of the infamous Borden family murders. It's said to be haunted by the spirits of the slain family members. You've heard of Lizzie Borden, right?
Mm-hmm. Sounds familiar.
I believe she's the girl that took out our whole family with an axe. I believe that's how she.
It sounds really familiar.
Yeah, I believe she took out our whole family with an axe.
Wait, was it her or was it the husband that took out the family?
I want to say it was her. I want to say it's her.
There's another story like that where the husband killed the whole family with an axe.
The husband, I mean, no, as far as I know, I'd have to look more. See, I really wish it gave me more information than what it's given me here. But the Massachusetts is very big on that type of stuff. Not like haunted stuff, but Massachusetts is really big like on the witch history and stuff like that. Supposedly got a lot of witch history in Massachusetts. Matter of fact, Salem, Massachusetts has one of the biggest witch things at all.
Yeah, that's where the Salem witch trials were.
Yes. I mean, have you ever gone to Salem, Mass?
I've been there once, but I can't really talk about it on TikTok because I'll get nannered.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so
it's when I was on tour. We went there during Halloween and camped in the woods and did some stuff.
Nice. Did you happen to experience anything other than like other stuff?
No, it was just a fun time.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So Darkness says she wants to go to Salem this year. Salem's got a lot of history, y'all. It's a very interesting place. But we're going to go back, to California again. The Winchester Mystery House, California, built by Sarah Winchester to appease spirits. It's believed to be haunted by those killed by Winchester rifles. Interesting. I've never heard of that one. The Winchester House. See, that one almost makes me think that one could be fake. Unless anybody's ever heard of a story about that. Has anybody ever heard about the Winchester House?
No. Sounds pretty
of,
goofy.
Do you know what really bums me out? There was a house that I really wanted to go visit, but they tore it down. Was the Amityville Horror House.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
They ended up tearing it down, I'm pretty sure.
Did they?
Yeah. So
Kirk down here in the chat says he's been to the Winchester House, listening with a Ouija board above me in a shelf. Darkness, you should bring out that Ouija board. Let's see if we can mess with it.
Fuck that.
All right, moving on to the next one here. So we have a couple people that have heard of the Winchester House. Kirk, when you say you've been there, did you experience anything there? My wife is now screaming at me saying, no, no, no. She does not like Ouija boards. I love them. She does not like Ouija boards. Moving on to the next one, though, we have the Villisca Axe Murder House in Iowa.
That might be the one I was thinking
The
of.
site of a gruesome family murder. Visitors report childlike giggles and moving objects. That could be the one you heard of. So that might have been the one where the father took out the whole family. That's an interesting. We're back to children giggling. I guess that would be really creepy, man. Having giggling children in the house when there's no children in there. I mean,
Dude,
well, go ahead, Zach.
Speaking of giggling children,
Big Daddy Indian. I'll bring you next.
I really, really want. Sully, you're not fucking going. I really, really want to go camp in the Blair Witch Woods.
No.
Now you know that's all fake, though, right?
Is it?
True story.
The Blair Witch Project is absolutely fake.
Well, no, the movie was fake.
The movie is fake.
The story is a real thing. Like those are actually, like it actually happened in those woods.
It's a legit base story. I'm gonna have to look into that because I thought it was just all a fake movie. And
so the original story is about a dude that lived in those woods. His name was Rustin Parr. He got possessed by a demon or something, and he would hear voices in his head that would say, "You have to kill children." And so he basically went and got a bunch of kids, put some hypno spell on them, took them all up to his house, took them to the basement, murdered each of them. And then after it happened, he went down to the town and literally confessed to someone. He said, "I'm finally finished."
Really?
I think it was like, yeah, he went and told someone, he's like, "I'm finally finished." And they didn't know what he was talking about. So the cops went up to his house in the woods to investigate and ask him what he meant. And that's where they found the kids in his house.
Wow. Interesting. So it's funny because you say that. And then I also recently just learned that Freddy Krueger is an actual
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Is a real person as well. Like, I mean, obviously the dreams and stuff is not legit, but the movie was made about legitimately a guy that was taken out by the townspeople because he was a pedo.
Yeah, he was a pedo.
That's gnarly.
In Ohio, and he lived in a boiler room, and they burned the boiler room up to the ground.
That's fucking insane, dude.
Sully brought up the Forest of the Dead in Tokyo. That place looks pretty gnarly.
Now I've seen that one on social media. Isn't that like when people go there to take their own lives?
It's a suicide forest.
Yeah, that is fucking crazy, man.
Logan Paul was actually fucking filming a video there when he was doing his YouTube shit and found someone hanging and literally made a video and put it on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
He got a lot of shit. He got a lot of shit for it.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did.
That is absolutely crazy. Candace, thanks for the follow, by the way. For everybody who's just tuning into the show, we are talking about haunted places throughout the U.S., also having a little bit of our experience stories and stuff like that throughout the conversation. And we have, I believe I did have a guest one to come in. So, they already left. If you do come in as a guest, all I ask is that you mute your microphone. If you got a story for us or you want to join in the conversation, just raise your hand so that way there we can cue you to talk. As this is a live recording for Apple, Spotify, and so forth. So we're going to mark on here. Hopefully, by me just saying this one word is not going to get me bananaed on any of the social media platforms. But the next place that we have, and I don't think it's going to, hopefully, and I'm going to butcher the name. Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum in West Virginia. Did I butcher that? Trans Allegheny or Allegheny, Allegheny. I can't believe
Allegheny?
Allegheny, maybe. Trans Allegheny Lunatic. They literally call it Lunatic Asylum in West Virginia, a former mental institution where patients were believed to still roam the halls. Gary and I used to smoke up and drink in an asylum.
Dude,
True story.
True story. So Torrance, California, dude. Don't get me wrong. The place gave you the creeps, man, because
Place was creepy, and it's still a current active place for the troubled.
Really? So
Yes.
this place,
Oh, really?
when we were there,
Yes.
there was a security guard who'd go buy us our 40s, and he would always smoke up. We give him the money, dude. We smoke up with this guy.
What was
right?
his name? Do you remember his name?
I can't remember. All I know is he's a
Ugh.
big, like he looked like fucking Snoop Dogg. He
was a gnarly
legitimately looked
dude.
like Snoop Dogg.
He
He
was a
had
gnarly
this fucking dude. He was badass. But when you go into this asylum place, right? You'd have all the medical equipment, the beds and everything was still in this freaking place. And we play foosball with this dude, right? We'd be sitting there drinking our 40, smoking, and like playing foosball, being creeped out that we're in this insane asylum, chilling with a security guard, getting freaking right
Getting
off our
toasted.
getting toasted and freaking annihilated from oh dude. It was good times. But yeah, we used to smoke and drink in an insane asylum. So
Yeah, and abandoned or run down, whatever it was at that time. But that was a pretty interesting time.
yeah, we've lived some interesting lives, man. Gary to this day still blames me for his days when he smoked.
I believe it.
I mean,
Really?
someone got me started, and I know who it was. He's the host of this podcast.
I don't know. I plead the fifth. Moving on. Whaley House in California, again with California, considered by some as the most haunted house in the U.S. with reports of ghostly apparitions and sounds. I have never heard of the Whaley House.
Mm.
No one ever. You guys haven't heard of the Whaley House neither. All right, so we're gonna move on to.
Nope.
All right, St. Augustine Lighthouse in Florida. Visitors report seeing ghostly figures and hearing footsteps. When I come to a place that you hear, read out. I'm going to try to get through some of this list since we're already 56 minutes in. The La Laurie Mansion in Louisiana, former home of Madame LaLaurie, known for torturing slaves. It's said to be haunted by the spirits of her victims.
Yeesh.
Dude, I would haunt somebody who tortured me.
Yep.
Damn straight I would.
Yep.
I would definitely hunt somebody to torture me. Let's see. The Bell Witch Cave in Tennessee, site of the famous Bell Witch haunting where a spirit tormented the Bell family.
I've heard of that one before.
You have heard of that one before? We have a guest request coming in, gentlemen, from Darkness. We're going to bring Darkness in. I'm taking it. Darkness must have heard of a place before.
Oh, fucking egg.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Darkness, my wife is going to have me remove you from the video on this one. She doesn't. I'm sorry, Darkness, but I'm going to have to boot you for that one. That was good.
That's just the
Darkness.
start. She didn't even do anything yet.
No, that was, but just for having it in there, my wife will yell.
Ah.
I'm not,
She's not watching, though.
she's listening though.
She's listening. Can't see it if you're only
Oh,
listening.
she's in here.
She is in here. Oh, hey Zach, here you go. The Amityville Horror House in New York,
No longer there.
site of the infamous DeFeo family murders. It's believed to be haunted by the victims of other spirits. Actually, speaking of Darkness would be able to confirm probably whether or not if the Amityville Horror House is still there. Darkness, you are a New Yorker. Do you know if the Amityville Horror House is still there, or did they tear that down?
I heard they tore it the fuck down, unfortunately.
You heard that they tore it down, unfortunately. Darkness says she'll check. All right, we'll come back to Darkness on that one. Let's move to the next one. The Birdcage Theater in Arizona. A former saloon and brothel. Visitors report seeing ghostly cowboys and hearing old-time music. I wonder if that's all I hear, though. Especially where it's a brothel. You sure they're not hearing moaning as well?
Giggity.
I'm just saying. Yeah, you've heard of that one. Got you, Britt. Britt says she's heard of that one. I mean, that's got to be interesting, man. A brothel. You know the history that's inside of a brothel back in those days? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't have a voice from being at the game yesterday, so I totally just cracked.
So Darkness says someone bought it. It wasn't torn down. Someone bought it.
I heard it
It's
was
been renovated.
torn down.
It's been
I heard it
ooh. If it's been
I heard it was
renovated,
torn
that's
down.
got to stir up some shit, right? If it's legit,
Right.
because they say
I
every
heard
time
that shit was torn down.
they say when people renovate the places, they're even more haunted. Like you get more spirit activity. We got actually 2 viewers over on Kick. That's pretty cool. I'm sure I can see the viewers. But I just don't see no chat over there. Amityville is still there, but it was heavily renovated. Candace Michelle saying over there on TikTok.
Mm.
All right, so Zach, It is still there, but it was heavily renovated. Moving on to the next
He's
one.
Googling now.
Yeah, he is Googling. We're going to keep talking, Zach, as you're Googling. I have the Sally House in Kansas, named after the spirit of a young girl. It's known for unexplained phenomena and apparitions. All right, so in Kansas, folks,
You mean apparitions?
apparitions.
Apparitions.
I'm gonna leave that one.
You guys see? Am I getting the grammar police attacking me right now?
No, you're doing just fine, bro.
No. You know
You're
what?
doing just fine.
You know what?
Oh yeah. It says it is.
I ain't
Words
got
are hard. Fuck your sound effects. On
I-
to the next one.
Yeah, I'm moving on to the fucking next. I don't have my FU button anymore. So all I'm going to say is Gary and Zach, you both can.
Yep.
Okay, that's all I'm going to say on that one. Let's move on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the house has been renovated.
The house has been renovated. So it's a matter of time before really good haunted shit happens then.
Oh, dude, they really are fucking pissing ghosts off.
Britt just said I corrected him too, just to myself. I appreciate all you grammar police out there correcting me. I'm sure tomorrow there'll be people listening in their cars or in their headphones yelling at me as well. Moving on to the Bachelor's Grove Cemetery in Illinois. Often cited as one of the most haunted cemeteries in the U.S., with reports of phantom vehicles and ghostly. Dude, why can I not live in Illinois?
I mean, you
I
could,
would-
but do you
I
want
would
to?
love to see some phantom vehicles, dude. I would fucking love to see some phantom vehicles. Could you
Dude,
imagine?
is my kid still awake, or am I just fucking tripping?
See, we're talking about ghostly stuff, and poor Zach is over here hearing shit and seeing stuff.
No, I hear.
No, your
fucking
kid's
kid,
still
but-
awake, dude. Zach, your kid's still awake. She just
Okay,
popped her
well,
head
I-
around the corner.
Shut the fuck up.
No, seriously, your kid just popped her head around the corner. She's still awake.
She's in her fucking room. She is passed the fuck out.
I remember playing passed out when my dad opened my door.
Right? Me too, man.
Hmm.
Yeah, Zach, your kid's still awake.
No, dude, I just opened their door and checked. Now it's like that one day you said you saw something and I walked upstairs and there's nothing there. And you're like,
Yeah,
"Dude,
your
what's
daughter
up?"
was there. Yeah. All right, moving on to the next place over here, chat. We have Limp Mansion in Missouri, former home of the Limp family who had a series of tragedies. It's believed to be haunted by their spirits. If I hear of one that you guys heard of, let me know. The RMS Queen Mary. Why is the Queen Mary already on there?
I'm still trying to think of the fucking haunted ass country bar.
The Hollywood
Yeah,
Roosevelt Hotel in California. Guest report seeing the spirits of celebrities, including Marilyn Monroe and Montgomery Clift. Really? Marilyn Monroe's spirits been seen in a hotel? I wonder how true that one is. What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. The Driscoll Hotel in Texas, known for its ghostly apparitions, including a little girl playing with a ball.
That's it. Sorry, I found the name of the place I've been thinking of. the
Go
whole
for
time.
it, Zach. Go for it. You've been dying for that all night long. Tell us.
Bobby Mackey's.
Bobby Mackey's. What's the story behind it?
Apparently a dude got possessed in it, and they
Whoa.
had a possession happen, like exorcism happen in it, and it's really demonic and shit.
Nice.
And a dude blew his head off inside of it.
Wow.
Where's this one at?
It is in Wilder, Kentucky.
Zach says if he gets 3 TikTok universes, he'll go stay in that one.
Oh fuck no, dude! You can't tell me that
Come on. If you go stay there, Mark will shave his eyebrows.
No. The Crescent Hotel in Arkansas, dubbed America's most haunted hotel. It's believed to be haunted by former patients and a stonemason. All right. Thank you, Pop Pop, for the TikToks. Jerome Grand Hotel, Arizona, formerly a hospital. Guest reporting hearing coughs, cries, and seeing apparitions of patients. Am I saying it right now, Zach?
Oh yeah, dude. One of the it was from the Ghost Adventures, Blake. Yeah, one of the dudes that quit Ghost Adventures, he actually got possessed by something there, and he took it home with him. At
Oh,
Bobby Mackey's,
fake
and
show?
That's why he quit the show.
Oh, the fake show?
It's not fake. Fuck you, Mark.
Telling you, Ghost Hunters legit, Ghost Adventures fake.
No, that's what I'm talking about. See, Blake even said Ghost Hunters got possessed.
Yes, Ghost Hunters. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, there's still one scene in Ghost Hunters that I remember. It's the the guy that I can't remember his name. Who's the one that was the cop?
There was never one that was a cop.
Yes, there was one who was a former cop in Ghost Hunters. Steve, I think is his name. He used to be a cop.
No.
He had all the tattoos. He had that sleeve.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't think he was a cop.
He was a cop.
Are you sure he wasn't like a prison guard or something?
No, he was a cop. I remember they had an incident. And all I can remember is one scene. I remember laughing so hard when they're like, dude, run. And they're all fucking running. And I think it ended up not even being like a ghost encounter. It was great.
Hey, I'm blocking Flickr just so you know, he'll spam the fuck out of you.
Gotcha. So, Gary,
Man.
I believe you were talking about this right here, Gary.
Okay, what do we got?
The Shanghai tunnels in Oregon.
Yeah.
The tunnels where people were allegedly kidnapped or shanghaied. It's said to be haunted by their spirits.
Yeah, that place is pretty legit. I would have liked to have gone down there. I probably won't. Nah, not with all the homeless shit going on. I just don't feel safe going down into those tunnels because, like, those tunnels, even before COVID happened, it was, there's some transients down there, but even I could only imagine what's going down there now with the situation up here.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, I bet you those tunnels could be quite creepy. Maybe you can get Shanghai now.
You probably could. Probably a lot of weird shit happening in there. I don't want to find out. There's also another one, Cathedral Park.
Park
in the Portland area. It's over by PSU.
Okay.
It's supposed to be. I watched the whole video on like haunted places in Portland, and they said that it was a spot that was haunted. Some guy went down there at like the 3:00 hour at night, in the morning, whatever. And he was like trying to see stuff. Didn't really show up anything on the video, but people do. I've shot photos there. I've gone there a handful of times during the day to like go and shoot. But
have you caught anything in your camera?
I mean, I looked at all my photos. Nothing. Yeah. I mean, maybe if you go down at 3 a.m, but
right.
Didn't I ever show you the video that I took when I was at the Mansfield Penitentiary where you hear the fucking voice when I'm in that room?
You did not know.
Oh, I didn't? Oh,
No.
shit. Here, hold on. I want to send it to your Snapchat real fast. Hold on.
All right, send it to my Snapchat. We'll keep talking because I think you and I, Zach, have a mutual TikTok friend out here that mentions Bobby Mackey quite a bit. I think it's Dana or something. But Bobby Mackey's Music World in Kentucky, a former slaughterhouse turned into a nightclub. It's believed to be haunted by spirits related to past tragedies. Dude, slaughter. See, those are the places you want to go check out, right? Somewhere that you know a crime has been committed, a very bad crime, or a house that has like history or a hospital. Those would be the ones you really want to ghost hunt in. Those would be the ones that would have the most activity. And I almost thought next one was going to be in California, but it's actually Massachusetts. The Hawthorne Hotel in Massachusetts, known for its ghostly apparitions, including a woman in white and a child. All right, so Zach just sent us a video. We're going to play it here. I'm going to play the audio here.
Make sure you can hear it.
Was that
room? No, you hear a whisper and then it screams.
I heard like
that whisper. That whisper is not one of you or your people's.
No, I was the only one in that room.
Interesting.
Really?
In that room, yeah, I was the only one in the room, and it whispers. It sounds like it says, "Go up to that room."
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. Yeah,
that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
So you were the only one in there? That's pretty creepy.
There was a tour group down the hallway, but I was the only one in that room walking around filming.
Nice. So Mindy Lane over on Facebook posted this one in Indianapolis, Indiana. Cemeteries are eerie to begin with, but the Paul Ruster Park Cemetery is known to be a bit creepier than others. There was a young boy who was supposedly killed beside the train tracks nearby, and his ghost is known to walk along the paths or the nearby road playing his harmonica. The harmonica can be heard when walking the path to his gravesite. That would be pretty fucking awesome. That would put the hair on your arm straight.
That would be creepy.
That would be awesome and creepy. Someone just vibrated. Zach, I told you not to use that word when we're live. I told you to have that
wasn't
off,
me.
Zach.
That's my phone. I'm using my watch to text.
Lies. We saw you smile when it vibrated.
Look up haunted bar in Elbridge. I'm thinking it says does it supposed to say Elbridge, New York?
Gosh, we'll have to look that up here in a little bit. I got way too many tabs open up because we're on multiple platforms today. But I do have, there's a lot of hotels, man. A lot of hotels. How about the Dog Street Theater in South Carolina? Visitors report seeing the ghost of a woman named Nettie who died nearby. The St. James Hotel in New Mexico, known for its ghostly apparitions, including the spirit of a cowboy named T.J. Wright. A lot of hotels.
Why is there so many ghosts of women?
Right? Well, that was a cowboy. That was a cowboy, though. His name's T.J.
I know,
Wright,
but the one before that was women.
right. The Masonic Temple, Michigan, known for its ghostly apparitions, including the spirit of George D. Mason. Why so many hotels? That's what I want to know. Why are so many hotels haunted? The Hotel Chelsea, New York. Guest reports seeing the spirits of famous past residents, including Sid Vicious and Nancy Spungen.
It's like, why so many hotels? Just like, why can't you say the word apparition?
Shut up. Listen, that's just like my mother, okay? Listen, I've got bad friggin' speaking like my mother. So my mother can't say aluminum foil. You know how she says aluminum foil?
Does she say it like how the UK people say it? Aluminium?
No, she literally goes aluminum foil. She rolls it.
My mom can't say the word pumpkin.
Your mom can't say pumpkin?
She says pumpkin, huh?
She goes pumpkin.
Yeah.
What is the one that I used to mess up on? There was one that I messed up on so bad that my wife kept yelling at me on. I can't even remember the word now. She gets so mad at me because I used to screw it up all the time. I'm sure she'll text me shortly and we'll come back to that word. There's one word. Vitamins. I can say vitamins.
Apparitions.
Apparitions. Whatever. Shut up, gentlemen.
No, I've been wanting to tell you this for weeks, but I have not done it. But I've heard it too many fucking times.
What, apparitions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know that he's saying it wrong. Say Vietnamese, Mark.
Vietnamese.
Oh, you learned it. All right. That's pretty good.
So the wife, I lost signal there for a few minutes. So we're talking about funny words that people mess up on since these two are making fun of me. And I was telling them that there's a word that I used to mess up on a lot and that you used to tease me about and keep getting mad because I was screwing it up. And I just can't remember what that word is. So whenever you get a chance, wife, text me that word that used to piss you off because I always got it wrong. She just texted me.
Hotel. I've heard of that one.
Ooh, Clown Motel. That sounds like fun, man. I love clowns. Clowns are awesome.
There's a cemetery right outside of it of all the people that died.
Oh, okay. So the wife said it's pretzel. That's the one
Pretzel.
I used to. Yeah, I used to call it pretzel.
Pretzel.
And have me some pretzels.
Buy her a dress, flowers, and jewelry? ?
What?
No.
All right, let's see here. Why is England in there? I asked for America. The Bannock Ghost Town in Montana, a former gold rush town. Visitors report seeing apparitions. There's an A spelled. Why do you say apparitions then, right? Because you guys say apparitions, right? That's how you're saying it?
No, we say apparition.
But they have an S at the end, so it's apparitions.
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 It's not apparitions, it's apparition.
Shut up, Zach. Who asked you?
Apparitions.
Oh my
and he
God,
emphasized it just to like
the AI is going to have so
make-
much fun with this podcast tomorrow when it picks out the friggin' clips. It's not even going to be funny. We're going to have so many of you guys trying to correct me with this apparitions shit. The
Oh, my
Rolling Hills
God.
Asylum in New York, formerly a poorhouse asylum and TB hospital, is believed to be haunted by former patients. The Mick Raven House in Mississippi, known as Mississippi's most haunted house, visitors report seeing apparitions of soldiers and former residents. The Hotel Gavas in Texas, guests report seeing the spirit of a young woman who died there, known as the Ghost Bride. That's what Zach wants. Zach wants to find himself a good old ghost bride who he can settle down with. So if anybody knows of one, please let us know.
Well, I guess we'll find out when I go stay at that haunted hotel, won't I?
Right? I hope you do. I hope you find yourself a good ghost bride.
He'll get a good one. He'll get a good little
Well,
dead
welcome
lady at the hotel.
Ashley Moore. Gary, Ashley Moore is in here. I'm not sure if you remember her. Remember
do.
when we did
God
that
damn
prank
it.
call? Remember when we did our prank calls and we called someone who saw a guy from a hotel?
Mm.
That is the lady we prank called right there.
Oh, is it? I thought.
Yeah.
Wait, is she the one with the airport?
She was the one from the
Yeah.
airport. Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's
the one that-
great.
She's the one she's secretly in love with Jose.
Right. Jose. Their eyes
Jose's
locked at
dreamy.
the airport.
Jose's dreamy. I mean,
Yes, Jose was very dreamy. Oh man. So we got the Horton Grand Hotel in California. Wow, California's a hot spot. Known for its ghostly apparitions, including the spirit of gambler named Roger. Ashley says Jose is something. I fucked it up again, didn't I? Zach, here you go, Zach. Way down in number 84, the Buxton in Ohio. Guests have reported seeing apparitions and experiencing unexplained phenomena.
Hey guys, that's the hotel I'm staying at and doing a live stream from all night. Is the Buxton Inn.
Yeah, so I still want to see you order that room ahead of time, Zach.
I'm
wanna
gonna
see
do
locked
it.
in.
I want to see if I have my daughter closer to Halloween. Because if I don't have her the weekend of Halloween, then I'm fucking gonna do it that weekend.
Well, the thing is, Zach, you're going to want to get it beforehand because I'm sure that room is taken up pretty often. Like, you're going to have to make sure you get it. And Mindy Sue Lane,
sure.
good Lord, here we go. Oh my God, that took up a whole screen. Mindy Sue Lane, that's coming off the screen. If you want to read, hold on. If y'all want to read what Mindy Lou said, pause this in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and read it. I'm going to take it off and I'm going to read it. All right, this is Tunnelton, Indiana. The Tunnelton Tunnel was built in the mid-1800s and is believed to be haunted. Although stories change from person to person, one thing is for sure, there is some strange activity that takes place in a nearby to the tunnel. An ghost of a man with decapitated head is believed to exist here. Witnesses have heard screams and rumors, and there was a graveyard atop the tunnel, and when construction was happening, bodies fell through to the tunnel. The ghostly man is said to wander the lantern in one hand and his head in the other. Another local legend says a family was killed long ago in their house, horse and buggy. That is crazy. A horse and buggy crashed into the river down the hill. People have reported hearing the screams of the ghostly family that sits above the tunnel. Rumors say the construction worker was cutting into a tunnel when a casket fell through. This is another reason as to why so many could have spotted eerie activity here. You know what's funny is you always wonder that, right? When we're digging, if you're going to come across a coffin or bones, because you know sometimes your land was there beforehand. So how many bodies are in the ground for where you lived right now?
Got to be some, right?
There has to be, man. Because, yeah, we had grave sites from back in the day, but how many bodies are legitimately where you're sitting right now? How many bodies are in that ground from you? There has to be. I mean, bones got to deteriorate. I got someone text me asking for a job.
Wait.
Sorry.
What did you just say? Deteriorate? You mean deteriorate?
Zach, I'm sorry, we're having some technical difficulties here, Zach. Where did Zach go? Zach, we just disconnected from Zach, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, we're having some issues here. Let's see if we can bring Zach back in. Hold on. Oh, Here we go. I think we are able to get Zach back now. 1 second. Zach, there we go. We had a little issue there. I'm sorry, Zach. Welcome back to the show. Oh, shit.
Deteriorate.
Zach, deteriorate. I said that, gentlemen. What? What? For God's sakes, what now?
Deteriorate.
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 You know what?
He doesn't even hear the difference. He doesn't hear the deteriorate. Deteriorate.
I'm a fucking Mana, okay? We park our cars in the garage. You can't get there from here. And it's over beyond, okay? We like to drink our fucking Moxie and have our damn whoopie pies, too.
I might have to fucking do this in September, bro.
See, now Zach is pussying out.
Well, no, I'm saying I might have to do this room in this month because
might be sooner.
Is it booking up quite a bit?
Well, I searched when I wanted to in October, but room 9 wasn't available.
Yeah, see, we definitely want room 9. D-Will, welcome in. In Minnesota, we have a hotel called the Palmer House that is supposed to be haunted.
I don't have my daughter this weekend.
There you go. Let's do it this weekend, Zach.
Oh, I can't Saturdays. I'm going to the Ohio State game, and it's a 4:00 game.
Screw the Ohio State game.
So the only one I could do, let me see if I have one on the 30th, September 30th.
We're seeing if Zach can get into the haunted hotel here, folks.
No rooms found. Fucking motherfuck.
All right, Zach, while you're looking for that room, pause it real quick because we've kind of went through the list already. Everybody on TikTok, stay right where you're at. For everybody on all the other social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, X, and Kick. We appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. I'm going to go ahead and end this on this part. We will be back next Sunday with a new topic. If anybody's got a suggestion for me, hit me up now. I will be making a topic tomorrow, promoting it all week long. We'll see y'all a little bit later. Everybody at TikTok, stand by.
You've been listening to the Mark G Show. You may know them from their political commentary, but there's a lot more to the fellas than politics. And that's